Welcome to episode 2 of the Fossil Island only Ultimate Ironman. That's a bit of a mouthful. I'm going to start off here by getting over 40,000 coins using the grey fur method we were using from the first video, and then once we have the money we're going to go to Danner Manor and start buying the seeds. If you haven't seen the first episode, there'll be a link on the screen now. It explains the exceptions on the account and all the stuff we're doing before we go to the island. That should be enough cash in the account now. We're going to stop by the player owned house, build the clockwork for making the birdhouses on the island, and then we're going to start buying these seeds. There's the clockwork made now. Now we have to go to Danner Manor and buy 20,000 hop seeds. This will take us around 20 hours. Here we go, starting off the seed grind. I've sped most of these clips up to X10. I'm going to be playing some music while they play in the background. Once we get this grind out of the way, we can finally go to Fossil Island. Just quickly getting a haircut and changing the appearance of the account before we continue with this grind. Crazy archaeologist cosplay. Finally finished the 20,000 seed grind. As you can see, we decided to go for Bailey as well as the Hammerstone seeds. This is because when we were hopping around, some worlds we were only getting 2 or 3 seeds, and when you get kicked out every 10 it would have ended up taking about 50 or 60 hours. We ended up getting it done in less than 20, which is pretty good. We also ran out of cash a few times, had to go back to Varrock. This because the seeds weren't actually 2 GP each. They ended up going up to 2 or 3 depending how many was left in stock, so sometimes it was 3 GP per seed. But that's the 20,000 bought now. We're ready to go to the island. That's the one-way trip complete. We'll not be going back off the island until we get our hands on some steel bars, or if we get 35 plus farming, get some teak seeds, we'll have to go back to get some plant pots. But for the majority of the gameplay now, we'll be completely on Fossil Island. For anyone who hasn't watched the first episode and wants to know why I've got a staff of air and a staff of fire in the inventory, I'm keeping these for very late gameplay. If we get really far on in the account and we want to fight the deranged archaeologist or the wyverns, it's very hard to get seeds on the island, so I've decided to leave them in the inventory for the next few weeks, and then I'm going to have yous vote on it, whether I can use the staffs or whether I should drop them. They will just sit in the inventory for the first 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not going to use them at all, so don't worry about them. We just got our hands on some leather gloves and boots from the Fossil cleaning table. These would be the best in slot for the account. I'm pretty sure you can't get anything better than this, but we'll see what we can find later on. Here I'm trying to get some logs for bird houses, but chopping down these trees somehow gives charcoal instead of logs. It's really weird. Work out pretty quickly that there's undead trees slightly south of this and use them for the logs. Yeah, if you ever need any bulk charcoal for any reason, don't know why anybody would, you can get it here on the island. Feels class to actually be progressing on the account. I'm just here getting some logs, so I'm going to start the birdhouses. I'll speed these few videos up and play a bit of music. Get back to you when we're making the birdhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our first birdhouse out of 2,000 planted. Just 1,999 to go. I'll not speed this clip up because I know this is why people usually watch this kind of account, for the raking content. I'll have to rake all the way from level 1 farming to level 23 farming before I can use giant seaweed spores, or seaweed spores that make giant seaweed. So there'll be plenty of raking content in the up and coming videos. I'll also be getting my mic soon, so it'll be live commentary instead of these shabby commentating over clips. So you'll have that to look forward to. Some high quality raking content right there. $36 farming XP. This grind will actually be pretty quick. I was thinking it'd take forever. Just looking around here north of the raking patches, and I found that there's an edible seaweed spawn. Edible seaweed heals 4 and just spawns on the floor, so it's like unlimited food. People use this for most of the account, I think. It's amazing having limited food so early on, especially I don't have to cook it or farm it or anything. I can just pick it up whenever I need food. Yeah, looking around, there's actually more than 5 of these spawns, so I'll not even have to hop around. I can just run around collecting the food. It'd be brilliant for pretty much everything. It might even be the best food I can get on the account. Just before I get into my strength training, find a evil bob random. Let's see what we get. Four noted snapdragon. Yeah, never going to be able to use them, so be dropping them soon enough. Coming in with 2 strength. We're going to stay here until we get our hands on an iron pickaxe. It's a common drop here, so it shouldn't take too long. We need it to train our mining up to level 50, and that'll unlock the underground mining. Level 2 attack coming in. Just going to speed these clips up a wee bit. It's very slow at such low levels. And here comes level 3 attack. Once we get past level 5 it should speed up a wee bit. I'm not going to use the steel axe, although I brought it to the island. I think it's not a fair weapon to use. I'm going to use bare fists the whole way up until I find a weapon on the island. And here comes level 4 attack. Flying up. These crabs are amazing to train on. They're 100 hit points. Sadly I can't kill any yet. They seem to respawn if you take too long to kill them, so it's taking quite a while. There's 25 hit points, 5 attack. And here comes another strength level. There's 3 strength. There's level 4 strength, 275 total. Level 5 strength. And there's level 6 strength starting to hit 2s. And here comes our first ever crab kill. Let's see what we get. If it did die. Look at that, our very first kill, we get the main item we're after. I was thinking this would take quite a long time after seeing how slow it was to hit the 100 hit points, but now we've got the iron pickaxe unlocked, which is a massive upgrade for the account. We're going to finish this episode here, and we'll pick up in the next video with some mining content.